Hey, it's Bo Seegers, the substitute for Tom Love's Weekly Wisdom. Tom is traveling. In the third segment of what I was talking about, you'll recall conversion point A in an internet setting. We talked about how do you make contact and how's that relevant online. We've talked about how do you build trust online. So today we're going to talk about creating interest online. And the biggest part of that, I think everybody knows. If you're trying to put stuff on the internet, the biggest thing you can do is have consistent quality posts. You've got to keep putting it out there. And so what are you doing in those posts, right? Building trust is going to be about consistent, so people can go, oh, I see you, I know you, you're on here all the time. I see a lot of your stuff. People must be listening to you. The way you create interest is how do you make them think, I need to learn more. So it's no different from every conversation starter that we do. It's sharing information so that people will look at what they're doing in a different way and think, maybe I don't have the whole story. In another post I just recently did for Weekly Wisdom, I talked about the top 1%, top 5%, top 10%. And to be in the top 10%, you have to make just over $158,000 a year. I believe most people don't know that. If you ask people today, how much do you have to make to be in the top 10%? I don't think anybody, or the vast majority of people, will say at least $400,000 a year. Probably more like 6, because they think the top 1% is at least making over $1 million. Neither of those are true. To be in the top 1%, you've got to make just a little over $650. To make in the top 10%, you got to make a little over $150. That's it. And there's a lot of people, and I'm not saying that's not good money. And I'm not saying, obviously 90% of Americans make less than that. But we've got to help people that are in that understand, and you can do this in your post by just sharing, hey, as we're looking at taxation, as we're looking at who do you think are the people that are going to be the most taxed, here's the facts. If you're in the top 1% making over $158,000 a year in the United States, then it's you that's going to be taxed, right? The government only can get their revenue from tax-paying citizens. And the way they know how much money you have is through your W-2 or your 1099. So it's the working wealthy who make more than $158,000 a year, even though they don't think they're wealthy, are the ones with the targets on their back. You can do posts about that. It's anything that's going to help them understand their situation. Our job is to help people understand the implications of the choices they're making based upon the facts surrounding them. If they don't know the facts, they can't understand the implications. That's it. So if you want to create interest, it's consistent stuff out there that's always going to make them look at their own situation in a different way. Before I'm out there telling them, you need this, you need this, you need this because you're doing it wrong. I want them to come to the conclusion that they're doing it wrong and they need to be looking at other opportunities. And guess what? I have options. So if you trust me, I've made contact with you, and you're already getting curious about what I'm talking about, it's ready to move on to conversion point B, which is when you get them educated. And we'll talk about that next time. I hope this helps.
If you want to learn more about how wealth works, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like our Facebook page, Tom Love, How Wealth Really Works.